Edgar Degas was born in Paris in 1834 into a world of elegance. Opera houses, salons, horse races, and a city pulsing with new ideas. But Degas was never swept up by the noise. From the beginning, he was different. Was the child who preferred the quiet corner of the room, not the center. The one who watched the way light fell on people's faces, the way bodies moved without thinking. He studied everything. He absorbed everything. And he once wrote words that reveal his whole life. Art is not what you see, but what you make others see. Degas grew up in a cultured, wealthy family. His father supported his love for art, and by the time he was a teenager, he was spending hours inside the Louvre, copying the old masters. Raphael Delacroix, and especially classical line work. These long, silent hours shaped him. He wasn't trying to imitate the past. He was gathering tools for the future, learning discipline, structure, the anatomy of a gesture. At the École des Beaux-Arts, he excelled but felt confined by the expectations of traditional art. He didn't want to paint gods. He wanted to paint people. Real people, working people. People caught in quiet, unguarded moments. By the 1860s, Paris was transforming. New boulevards, cafes, railways, factories. Modern life was exploding around him. And Degas found himself drawn to a group who would soon change art forever. Monet, Renoir, Pissarro, the Impressionists. Yet he remained an outsider even among rebels. He didn't like painting outdoors. He didn't chase sunlight or bright color. He cared about line, structure, and the truth of movement. But he shared one belief with them, that modern life, unpolished, imperfect, was worthy of art. Then came the moment that defined his career. Degas walked into the Paris Opera and saw the dancers rehearsing, not performing, but rehearsing. He saw exhaustion, effort, discipline, the weight behind the beauty. This became his great obsession. More than half of his works involved dancers, but he wasn't painting them to be decorative. He was painting their work, the stretching, the adjusting of shoes, the boredom, the repetition. One of his most famous pieces, The Dance Class, shows a group of ballerinas waiting, slouching, scratching their backs, practicing behind the scenes. Degas taught viewers something important. Behind every beautiful moment is unseen effort. Degas didn't stop at ballet. He painted racehorses bursting forward with tension in their muscles. He painted laundresses folding linens, milliners bent over their work, women bathing in their own private routines, not posed, not idealized. His goal was simple: capture life as it truly is. And his technique was ahead of its time. He used surprising viewpoints as if seen from someone passing by, or from a balcony, or from behind a door slightly open. This was modern photography, before photography influenced painting. Degas loved experimentation. He used pastels and bold, layered strokes that gave his dancers energy and life. He cropped scenes unexpectedly. A dancer half off the canvas, a horse scene from the side, figures arranged almost like snapshots. To him, this wasn't accidental, it was psychological. Life is never perfectly composed. Why should art be? But behind Degas' precision was a quiet battle. He began losing his eyesight in his 30s. Year after year, it worsened. The world that he loved to observe blurred slowly out of focus. But instead of stopping, he changed. He moved from painting to sculpture, small clay dancers and horses that he shaped almost by touch. He rewrote his artistic approach. I work in my blindness, for my blindness. His late works, especially his pastels, are raw, bold, and emotional, as if he were painting from memory, from feeling rather than sight. Degas had friends, fame, and success, but he lived much of his life alone. He focused relentlessly on work, wandering Paris by night, watching the world without being seen. He wasn't charming like Monet, nor flamboyant like Toulouse-Lautrec. Degas was quiet, private, and known for a sharp, biting wit that often pushed people away. He lived as a curmudgeon, isolating himself in his studio, left only with his search for truth. Edgar Degas died in 1917 at age 83, surrounded by canvases, notebooks, and unfinished visions. Today, when we see his works, The Little Dancer, The Absinthe Drinker, The Dance Class, The Rehearsal on Stage, we're not just looking at art. We're looking at life captured by someone who understood that beauty exists not only in perfection, but in movement, discipline, concentration, and those quiet moments where the world reveals itself without realizing it. Degas teaches us to look closely, to pay attention to the small movements, the subtle gestures, the stories hidden in everyday life. Because sometimes the greatest art appears when no one thinks they're being watched. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. It truly helps the channel grow.